Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, you disgusting smackers. I've got a banger video for you right now. We're going to be talking about resin. We're going to be talking about, how to use it, how to optimize this shit for you. Because, if you're a Genshin player, you don't want to be behind. Imagine your friends doing more damage than you. That is pretty embarrassing. You don't want to be like that. You want to be that friend that flexes their damage to everyone. You want to be like, yeah, look at me. I'm rich. I've got 11 million more. And they're like, how do you do it? How do you have so many artifacts? How do you have so much materials? Do you want to be that friend? Subscribe to my channel, obviously with notifications on, like this video, watch it all the way to the end, because that helps you more than you think. And obviously share this video to a friend, or don't if you want to be a gatekeeper. Now, one of the reasons I'm making this video is because in the next patch, we are literally getting more resin. For absolutely free for no reason, like a whole resin cap for free basically. It's been long awaited and long needed. What people say, now with this resin cap, it is going to take 26 hours to replenish your resin. And people see this as a terrible thing. And they're like, whoa, why do I have to wait so long to cap out my resin? If you're a person that can't play the game every day, this change is absolutely huge for you. You've pretty much like unlocked, like, you can stay off the game for more if you feel like it. Like, it used to be like, I think it's like 18 hours. And now it's like 26 hours that you can stay off the game for now. And, it's like, people who can't play that long, it's an amazing change. But I'm not trying to hold you too much, I know you want to get to the juice of the video. I know you want to, So beginning with my first word of advice, you really should never, ever use your condensed resin until you're AR45. This should be basic knowledge, but if it isn't, I hope you enjoy Stay at Genshin, but never, ever use your condensed resin. And if you're obviously unsure what that is when you come over here, Jesus Christ, my resin's about to be capped, and you hit the plus icon and you see fragile resin. I said condensed, didn't I? If you're early on in the game, you're not gonna get good stuff from domains. There's no reason actually using your resin aside from like getting shit books and stuff. So just save that up until AR45, and then you'll probably have like roughly like, I don't know, maybe like 50. And then with that boost of 50 is huge. Put it into artifacts for your main, put it into artifacts for this, put it into like your weapon. You'll always have resin available. And the reason is, it's just great to have really, because then you don't have to wait, so long to start building a character. You almost have like an advantage over everyone. That is also AR45. My second piece of advice is never let this thing stay at 160 out of 160 or 200 out of 200, which is what it's going to be. Now my reasoning for this is when you have capped at 160, you can no longer gain more resin. You're stuck at 160 until, I don't know, you use it obviously. Same is going to be with 200, you know what I mean. Obviously my resin's about to cap now as I'm playing, so I'm probably going to be able to use it after this video. Now another pretty beginner tip is we're going to be talking about condensed resin. Now condensed resin is unlocked by doing some reputation quests in Monster. I think it's like level 2 you have to be to unlock condensed resin, or it might be leeways. I'll put it on screen which one it is. But yeah, after you've done some reputation for like, doing bounties or quests or whatever, after you've done those, you will unlock the condensed resin, which all it takes is your current resin and crystal fly cores. Now, crystal fly cores can be obtained in two ways. One is just exploring and going around the map and finding them. There's maps of them. There's great spots of them. One really good spot is up in Fontaine over here if you haven't unlocked. One great spot is this waypoint up here. As you can see, it gives you 6 crystal flies just for like flying around. You have to go down into this little cave. It is so good. It's my favorite spot. But right now I'm kind of being lazy with them, to be honest. But once you collect them every day, if you collect more than 4 every day, you should be fine, obviously. You should really be doing this early on in Genshin as well. Like, you should be collecting these crystal flies before you can craft them, if that makes sense. So you can have like a massive collection of them when you reach AR45. Because condensing resin really helps. It literally takes the amount of runs you have to do per domain in half. Just know that you can't use condensed resin on things like boss drops and, shit like that. You can use it on ley lines, you can use it on domains, but just not boss drops, basically. Now, the second method is actually a pretty recent method, which not a lot of people know about. And that is, I've walked past it. It is the crystal fly trap. Now to use this, all you have to do is just put in some materials and you'll be set. Like, this is like ores that you can get from doing expeditions. So it's not hard at all to do. And you get the crystal fly trap from Sumeria reputation. So if you do some levels of that, do some bounties, you'll unlock it pretty fast. And it's like 15, I think it's 15 cores a week for doing absolutely nothing. So it's a nice bonus, especially if you're a lazy player like me. And yeah, it's good to have on you, basically. Now, you may or may not know, but the battle pass also gives you like a bunch of these fragile resins. And obviously, if you're a free-to-play player, don't even think about it, because obviously you won't. But still, you do get like some. Even if you're a free-to-play player, you still get some per few levels. But with Battle Pass, you literally get double rewards of everything, even triple sometimes. So just keep that in mind, and you know, if you're a spender, I would buy the Battle Pass 100%. Not even just for the resin, for everything. You know, you got your books, you got your crystals, and you got your Mora. You've got everything you need, and it's pretty good. It is pretty good of a method. Now on to the next part of the guide. This is more like for like advanced players, more like, you know, AR-59. But when you actually start farming at AR-45, you're going to need to know how to fucking farm. You're gonna need to know, wait, what do I actually farm for now? What do I use my resin on? The biggest mistake people make is with artifacts, and that is leveling up artifacts every single day or farming artifacts every single day. Don't feel trapped every single day to level up an artifact, okay? If you get full poo artifacts one day, leave them, go to the next day, farm again until you get a good one. And my best piece of advice is don't even think about strongboxing artifacts until the week is over. And during the weekend, then put all your artifacts that are bad into the strongbox, and then only then level up all the best ones. This is not just talking about resin now, it's talking about Mora and all the materials it takes to actually level up artifacts. Because if you save that material over time, and you only level up artifacts which are actually worth leveling up instead of forcing yourself to level up an artifact in hopes that it might be good, then you'll overall have a better experience. You'll always have materials available, and you just feel like a richer, and you'll feel like a player. Like, you know, you'll feel like whenever you want to raise an artifact, you can raise it. You don't want to deal with that problem where you're just stuck there like, okay, I can't raise artifacts. Oh no, I might as well just throw this plus 20 in there. I might as well throw this one in there. Because that's not good. It's not healthy at all to do that in the slightest. Obviously, that's how I lost a lot of my good pieces. Like, I lost my Ayaka build. I had a beast Ayaka build, and I fucking, out of impulse, I just put my plus 20 artifacts in another one, and I lost it all. Don't do that, okay? Never ever put plus 20 artifacts in a new one. Wait until you can level up. Be patient. Patience is the key to this game, right? You're going to be patient. You're going to level up the things on the right day. Don't let impulse control you. Now, moving more on to an artifact schedule. You shouldn't be farming artifacts every single day. Because trust me, you will eventually run out of materials. And then you're going to have to spend painstaking hours, you know, multiple days in a row farming for these materials. Instead of, you know, just being able to farm artifacts and having the materials ready. Now, my guide for you is, if you have a character you want, or you're building and working towards, you should obviously always be working towards a character. Dedicate half of your days of the week leveling up materials and getting materials for them and materials related to them, and half of the days for artifacts. And at the very end of the week, then use all your Mora, all your materials, and then level it up peacefully without an issue. See, I mean, you can see like my crystal flies aren't really that good. I really need to start farming them again because I'm kind of a bit lazy on it. Now, this might be a bit of a controversial tip, and I understand if people don't want to follow it, but that is, don't use your fragile resins on artifacts. If you have a character and you want to build them and you need materials for them fast, it is so much more valuable using that resin to level up their talents instead of, you know, getting like a bullshit artifact that you'll put in the strongbox and get nothing out of, and then put it in the strongbox again and get nothing. It is so much more worth farming for materials you can actually, like, you know you'll get, rather than a gamble for a better artifact. Trust me, it is so much more worth having materials over artifacts. It is insane how much people make this mistake, and people just are lazy and they just want to play this game impulsively rather than actually thinking about what they're doing. And then you have people who are still like, okay, why can't I have 2 Abyss teams? Why don't I have 2 Abyss teams already? Why are my teams not built? Why do I have to share artifacts? This is why. Because you're not taking the time to consider, okay, I should build this first, then this, and then this. You're not considering that. You're just thinking about, you know, I want a better piece, I want a better piece. Like a mindless zombie goober. Now quickly, let me discuss the cap that's coming in the next patch, because that's really like not really explained that much, other than, yeah, we're going to get resin. I'm pretty sure they're not going to increase the time it takes to get it. So that means it is going to take around 26 hours to get your full resin. Don't play the game the same schedule you would usually. Because the way most people play is like, you know, they play the game and then they wait the next day and then they get home from school and then they instantly log back on and they'll have 160 out of 160. You can take your time now with this game. And some people see that as a bad thing and others see it as like a positive thing. But like now, you don't have to be forcing yourself to log on the exact same time every single day. Because, you know, you think, oh, I'm capping my resin and I'm wasting my time. With this new buff, you pretty much will almost never have your resin fully capped. And that is huge. If you're a daily player, you will love that. Because obviously, your resin will never be capped. You'll never be wasting your time. Because people usually, like, you know, when you log on, you see you have 160. Like, shit, how much have I had the 160 or 160 for? No longer an issue, guys. Now, a quick summary for this video. Don't be stupid with your spending. Always just think about what you're doing. Make a schedule for yourself, you know, do the right thing for your own account, and you will see massive results. I'm sorry this video is a bit of a nothing burger. I did kind of get like walked in on halfway through. It kind of just like snapped my brain in half. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate anyone who likes this video and subscribes. And please check out my Twitch in the description, because things are way better over there. I know I haven't been live in a hot minute, and I will be, I promise you. And as always, thanks for watching. Goodbye, you smackhead.